My name is Rostam Neuwirth, and I'm currently professor at the University of Macau, the law faculty. My research fields are mainly international economic law and legal theory, the creative economy, comparative law, and almost anything that has to do with law. Yeah, that's a good question. I think the digital age has, in a way, changed everything and nothing, which is why I think it's a paradox which we are facing, and which is why I'm very interested in kind of contradictions in law and in technology. And so it's like the Italian author said once, for things to remain the same, things have to change. And I think the digital age is a big challenge, but which in the context of like our current world is still in a way like bringing the same struggles that we also used to face with book printing and so on and so forth. Yeah, that's related for me with the first question, that even law faces lots of paradoxes because of that, and the problem of dealing with change in particular. I think the main problem with the convention is the context again, the lack of coherence in international law, the fragmentation of international law. So the convention is very often isolated from other treaties, especially those related to international trade, and I think in formal terms, what is needed is greater coherence, which means greater unity of the international or the global legal framework. In detailed, like from a detailed perspective, there are similar concerns even between the different UNESCO conventions and within the convention. So there's still a lot to do, and for lawyers to learn with regard to how to deal with change, and in particular an acceleration of change. I think this is, in fact, I think the main reason, the main point that digital technologies where they are making a difference is that most processes are just accelerating and intensifying. So I think this is something which is very contrary to law, and there's still a lot to learn and to change in the future, I think. Yeah, I think they're also creative economy and convergence are going hand in hand, because that's where paradoxes and oxymorons come into play again, because the creative economy, the concept is born out of an oxymoron, the one of cultural industries or culture industry, and convergence is bringing together and blurring lines of distinctions between opposite terms. So in a sense, I think we see that now that the creative economy is mainly like driven by converging sectors, the emergence of new industries, like as for example expressed in oxymoron like nutraceutics or cosmeceutics, which is combining the pharmaceutical and the cosmetic industry or the food industry, and the same we have seen in audiovisual and other sectors. So creative economy is a converging, is a process of converging different sectors, different products, different words, which is why we really have to, I think, look at the deeper layers of what is the meaning, what are the messages that these new concepts, new words are conveying for us as a global society, for lawyers, and how to give new sense to existing terms and to create new legal terms, because, as I said, like cosmeceutics, a term like that is an oxymoron, and we have to find the proper terms to deal with them in a legal way too. And the good thing is, and that's also a challenge for law in the end, that there is no proper definition. I mean, even the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development defines the creative economy as an evolving concept, but that's a problem for lawyers, because lawyers want certainty, and an evolving concept is difficult to define and therefore difficult to regulate. But I think the law is learning also that law is a process and not a thing. So that, I think, would be the main challenge and the main message that these concepts are bringing to law.